Personal Log, Dark Knight's Food Reviews. Gotham's night air carries a chill that's all too familiar, a blend of mist from the bay and the ever-present aura of tension that blankets the city. With the Rogues Gallery unusually quiet and the bat signal unlit against the cloudy sky, I found myself afforded a rare opportunity for introspection and perhaps a venture into the ordinary. After my recent experiences with the Big Mac and the Crunchwrap Supreme, I decided to explore another culinary staple cherished by many Gothamites, the KFC famous bowl. Its reputation as a hearty, comforting meal intrigued me, promising a fusion of flavors that could offer insight into the simple pleasures that often elude a life like mine. Disguised in unremarkable attire, I navigated the streets to the KFC located near Robbinsville, a district slowly rebuilding after the last incident with Mr. Freeze. The establishment was modest but inviting, its warm lights a beacon against the stark urban backdrop. Inside, the atmosphere was lively. Families shared meals, teenagers exchanged stories, and workers sought respite after long shifts, a microcosm of Gotham's resilient spirit. I placed my order with a friendly cashier named Mary. Her genuine smile and courteous demeanor were small, yet significant reminders of the everyday kindnesses that persist despite the city's hardships. With the famous bowl in hand, I made my way back to the Batcave, eager to dissect this new experience. Seated at the workstation where countless strategies against foes like Ra's al Ghul and Black Mask have been devised, I unboxed the famous bowl. The aroma was immediately comforting, a savory blend of fried chicken, creamy potatoes, and rich gravy, accented by the sweetness of corn and the indulgence of melted cheese. The first spoonful was a convergence of textures and tastes. The mashed potatoes were velvety and smooth, serving as a foundation, much like the moral compass Alfred instilled in me from a young age. Their warmth and comfort echoed the solace found within the walls of Wayne Manor, a stark contrast to the cold streets I patrol nightly. Embedded within the potatoes were sweet corn kernels, their subtle pop and freshness akin to the unexpected moments of levity Barbara brings during our collaborative efforts as Oracle. They added a layer of brightness to the dish, much like her insights illuminate complex situations. The crispy popcorn chicken pieces were the standout elements. Their seasoned crunch provided a satisfying contrast, reminding me of the hardened exterior necessary when facing adversaries like Deadshot or enduring the psychological warfare of Scarecrow's fear toxins. Each piece was a testament to resilience, a small but significant component that added depth to the whole. The gravy was the unifying element, its rich, savory notes enveloping each ingredient. It brought to mind Lucius Fox's ability to integrate cutting-edge technology seamlessly into my gear, ensuring everything works in harmony when it matters most. The melted cheese on top was the final touch, an indulgent layer that elevated the dish, much like Selina's unexpected appearances add complexity, and a hint of danger to my life. As I delved deeper into the meal, I couldn't help but draw parallels between the famous bowl and the intricate layers of Gotham itself. Each ingredient maintained its distinct identity, while contributing to a cohesive experience. It's reminiscent of how the diverse districts, from the upscale avenues of Diamond District to the gritty alleys of the Narrows, collectively form the tapestry of the city I protect. The famous bowl is undeniably rich and filling. Its caloric heft is something to be mindful of, especially for someone who relies on peak physical condition to outmaneuver the likes of Clayface or keep pace with speedsters like the Flash when necessary. It's a reminder of the balance required, not just in diet, but in all aspects of life. Moderation is a lesson hard learned, one I often emphasize to Damien as he grapples with the duality of his heritage. Comparing this to my experience with the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme, the famous bowl is less about efficiency and more about comfort. The Crunchwrap offers portability and practicality, attributes invaluable during prolonged patrols. The famous bowl, however, invites a moment of pause, a chance to sit and savor, a luxury in a life dictated by urgency. Acquiring the famous bowl also provided a window into the lives of Gotham's citizens, observing them in their routines, laughing, connecting, finding joy in simple moments, reinforces the very reasons I don the cowl each night. These glimpses of normalcy are the heartbeats of the city, worth every sacrifice. The meal also prompted reflections on interconnectedness. Just as the ingredients meld to create a satisfying whole, so too do the efforts of my allies contribute to the greater mission. From Tim's analytical prowess to Stephanie's tenacity, each brings something invaluable to the table. It's a synergy that's essential when confronting threats that one alone cannot withstand. In conclusion, the KFC Famous Bowl is more than just a hearty meal. It's an embodiment of comfort and unity. It brings together diverse elements to create something greater than the sum of its parts, a concept that resonates deeply with the ideals I've long upheld. While it's an indulgence that requires mindful consumption, it's a worthwhile experience that adds a touch of warmth to the often cold reality I navigate. Perhaps next time, I'll share this with the team during a debriefing, a rare treat to foster camaraderie. Or maybe I'll explore another facet of Gotham's culinary scene, perhaps the Mediterranean bistro that recently opened in Burnside, which I've heard serves a baklava that rivals those I've had abroad. As I set the empty container aside, an alert pings on the Bat computer, a security breach at Wayne Enterprises' R&D lab. It appears the respite is over. But for a brief moment, the famous bowl offered not just nourishment, but a connection to the city, its people, and the simpler aspects of life that are easy to overlook amid the chaos. Time to return to the shadows, renewed and reminded of what makes this all worth it. End of log.